Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Early Convos podcast. Today we're gonna be talking about how Lazada killed Santa Claus and how the Philippines lost its Christmas vibe. They say that the Philippines has the longest Christmas in the world. Pero totoo pa ba yun? Of course, literally, Christmas is only a day, December 25, legally. Pero para sa ating mga Pinoy, it was more than just Christmas Day. Christmas lasted for an entire season. 1/3 of the whole year kinukonsider natin as the season to be jolly, from September 1 up to December 25, December 31. We considered this as a happier time of the year with increasing happiness towards December 25. But I think my excitement, our excitement in general, for Christmas season has kind of diminished over the years. Ako lang ba nakakapansin nun? I don't think so. Oh wait, before we go any further, let's just clarify things. When we say Christmas, again, let's differentiate the Christmas as the holiday with reverence to the birth of, the namesake, Jesus Christ. But for the sake of this conversation we are having right now, we'll be talking about Christmas as a season, a vibe, a mood. Yeah, something like that. Siguro season mas appropriate para sa purposes natin. Of course, this is an opinion, okay? Wala tayong quote na statistics, research, or any figure. Kaya anecdotal yung mga isa-cite nating quote-unquote evidence or reason to say that we have lost the Christmas season, and gaya ng clickbait title, that Lazada is partly to be blamed for this phenomenon. Okay, so let's run down our reasons, quote-unquote evidences, on why I think Christmas season has faded in our collective memory in the Philippines. Number one is, I think, in commerce. Usually, pagpatak ng September, lalo October, November, ang dami na nating makikita ng mga decorations sa ating mga shopping centers, even sa ating mga public spaces. Lahat na may decoration. But now, wala ka na makita mga ganong karaming display ng Christmas balls, Christmas trees, Christmas light, parol. Usually dati, 'di ba, pag elementary ka, ang binibenta sa tabi-tabi malapit sa paaralan yung mga parol na para makakomply yung mga estudyante sa requirement na magdala ng parol. I mean, inabot ko pa yung panahon na yung project namin para sa homeroom, sa homeroom subject is magdala ng parol. Kaya yung buong classroom namin puno ng parol nung elementary. I think up to high school siguro na experience ko yun. But now, I'm a teacher from the Department of Education. Wala na, hindi na namin yun ginagawa. Oh, yeah, we decorate, pero pag Christmas party na lang mismo, or a day before that, or a week before the Christmas party itself, but not for the whole season. And I think generally, bumaba talaga yung sales ng mga Christmas-related decorations and items. Do you still decorate houses even right now? I mean, pag naglaklakad-lakad ka ba, nakikita pa ba natin may mga nakasabit na parol sa mga bahay? May nakikita pa ba tayong mga naglalagay ng Christmas lights sa bahay-bahay? Or pag may kaya-kaya, Christmas tree, naglalagay pa ba tayo ng mga presents na wala namang laman, kundi mga cartoon lang for display? Ginagawa ba natin yun? I don't think we do. I mean, not in our locality at least. Pero of course, yung mga ganitong bagay, very Hollywood influence ng Hollywood. In particular because Hollywood was good at making Santa Claus movies or Christmas movies like the Home Alone series, The Grinch. I think si Arnold Schwarzenegger even did a Santa Claus movie, and many other adaptations ng A Christmas Carol, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, those things. Another evidence, quote-unquote, that we can notice is with our music. It used to be na pag bare months pa lang, yung mga radio stations, pati TV stations, Mix, MTV, puro mga Christmas songs na pinapatugtog. Mariah Carey, mga ganun, Jose Marichan, yung mga kapamilya station IDs every year. Case in point, hanggang ngayon, wala pa akong maalalang memorable GMA station ID. Kayo ba? May naalala kayong ginawa? It's either wala silang ginawa or wala silang remarkable or memorable na ginawa. Speaking of Jose Marichan, he's still relevant, right? He is relevant, but not as Jose Marichan the singer, but Jose Marichan the meme. Jose Marichan the nostalgic item as a throwback for nostalgic effect. He's invited for TV guestings, radio guestings, yes, but not particularly because we are anticipating the Christmas that will come, but because we are looking back to the Christmas that has passed, to the Christmases that have passed. Feeling ko yun yung dahilan. Ini-invite siya not because for what his music brings, but for what the music invokes us to remember. Does that make sense? Diba? Kumbaga, ini-invite siya not because of the Christmas na papalapit na, pero ini-invite siya dahil sa Christmas na naranasan natin noon na gusto nating maalala for good effect. Diba? Pag naririnig mo kasi siya, you have this warm feeling in your heart. It builds up in your heart na, ay, Jose Marichan, ay, Christmas na. But now, iba na yung effect. Like, you hear Jose Marichan, hindi yung, ay, Christmas na, ay, masaya yung Christmas noon, hindi na ngayon. Parang something like that, yun na yung nararamdaman natin. Ako lang ba? I don't know. Feeling ko hindi eh. Pero, para sa akin, it's now so rare to hear Christmas carols. Di ba may mga nagkakaroling na noon, November pa lang, October even, as early as October, may nagkakaroling na. Ngayon, we don't even hear carols. I mean, ngayon kasi ang professional na eh, may mga dala ng instruments. Dati hindi. Children in throves, by groups of 5, 10, pupunta, magkakasayahan, magkakaroling, tapos kakain ng kung ano-anong street food, which we did. Pero ngayon wala na. Ay, miss na miss ko pa naman kasi 'di ba, patawad. Puro tayo patawad, siguro kasalanan na din natin kaya wala na nagkakaroling. Anyway, that's just me. One of my favorite categories of Christian songs would be hymns. Christmas hymns because they have really, really good content kumpara mo sa ibang mga kanta na nasa songbook. Kumara sa ibang kanta ng mga Christian songs which are so shallow. With the deepest meanings is yung Christmas hymns. Anyway, that's just me. And the last unquote evidence is the fact that no kid hangs his or her Christmas socks. So yung mga Santa socks sa Christmas tree, sa chimney, sa pinto. Yeah, diba? Sa pinto. Wala na. Come to think of it, lahat tayo nasa Facebook na, lahat may IG, maliban sa akin. May Twitter, may YouTube, pero wala kayo nakitang nag-post na bata tungkol sa kung anong nakuha nila coming from Santa Claus. Like, isn't it weird? Like, wala talaga, nada. Do you remember anyone posting on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube na unsacking na or unboxing ng kanilang mga nakuha na, hello there, hi mga subscribers, mag-unsack ako ngayon ng mga binigay sa akin ni Santa Claus. Like, dude, wala. I watch a lot of Facebook, I watch a lot of YouTube, pero wala akong makita. And there are factors to why we lost Christmas and why Santa is dead. Of course, like everything in the world, multivariate ang pangyayari ito, this phenomenon. Like, of course, hindi isang factor lang ang at play. Na parang infinity gauntlet and poof, wala na si Santa Claus. Sabi ni Santa Claus, I don't feel good, sad. Wala namang ganun. There may be some truths na baka isa lang talaga, pero I don't think so. I think it's multivariate. There are a lot of things at play. Having said that, we can pinpoint major reason or kung bakit ito nangyayari. And I'm looking at you, Lazada. And also looking at you, Shopee, ini-endorse ni Jose Marichan. Blackpink pa. Oh, Blackpink yata last year. Anyway, it's not Lazada or Shopee per se, but what they represent. Well, I think they represent relative prosperity compared to previous years or decades. Specifically, I think we have more spending power today than any point in history. I'm not saying the Philippines is a rich country, okay? We are, by all accounts, a developing economy approaching upper middle class status. Upper middle income economy status. Ngayon, nasa lower middle income economy status tayo. Kundi lang siguro dahil sa COVID, malamang papalapit na tayo doon. Anyway, that's for another case. Ngayon, when we look at people, karamihan sa atin may pera na. Hindi ko sinasabing wala nang mahirap. Okay? Hindi ko sinasabing walang mahirap. And even poor families, quote-unquote, order from Shopee and order from Lazada. Yeah, for all its effects, capitalism has been a force for good in reducing poverty levels all over the world, Philippines included. Again, it is imperfect, maraming defect. It is prone to abuse. But I repeat, overall, in general, mas maraming tao ang may pera ngayon. At ang mga tao mas may pera ang mga tao ngayon. Okay. And because we now have spending power, mayroon ding nawala by necessity. And I think yun yung nawawala sa atin during this Christmas season. Wala akong maisip na exact word for it in Filipino, but I think yung nawawala sa atin is yung sense of anticipation, yung sense of looking forward to what is to come, because there is an element of surprise and mystery. And I think now we don't have that sense of anticipation anymore, because we kind of get what we want, when we want it, where we want it. And even the kids, through their parents, they kind of get what they want to, more than any children of the previous generations of the world. I remember this one time, grabe yung kagustuhan ko bumili ng isang laruan na diretso siya ruler. I mean, habol ko siya bilang laruan, not as a ruler. Yung may tipong may mga hoops na igagalaw-galaw mo para pag-float sa tubig, para ma-shoot mo sa mga poles hanggang makumpleto mo silang lahat, mailipat. And andun yun sa tindahan, sa isang general merchandise sa Bulan Sorsogon. Doon kami kasi bumibili ng nanay ko ng tosino kada may sweldo siya. Remember, this was 1990s. Tosino was still then a luxury, kasama nung Richie, yung concentrated orange drink, hyper concentrated juice drink na orange ang flavor. Yeah, doon kami bumibili. And balik kami ng balik doon, and grabe yung desire ko na pag-ipunan yung item na yun. Nag-ipon ako, and nung may pera na ako, wala na siya. And I think the scarcity of that item adds to the desirability. I mean, gano'n naman talaga. I mean, collector's item. Mga Jordans na sapatos, mga damit na very rare, mga, di ba, yung mga kung ano-anong mga makikita mo na, ay, talaga, sapatos lang, abot ng ganito kalaki yung presyo. Kasi yung collectibility nila, yung scarcity nila sa market, yun yung nagtataas ng value nila. Tumataas yung demand, very scarce ang supply, basic law of supply and demand, tataas ang presyo. And that scarcity is something na hindi na natin ganun ka-feel ngayon. Although yes, meron pa rin mga poor, pero not as poor as we were then as a generation. And I think, yeah, pag yung isang item cool, but if everybody has that cool item, it takes away from the coolness of that item. And also, I think, because of this increased spending power and buying options, dumagdag din yung mga tinatawag natin na quote-unquote holidays. All of these are in part capitalistic machinations para gumalaw yung pera sa sirkulasyon. And this is a good thing, okay? Hindi ito masama. It's just an observation I'm making. Don't get me wrong. Kaya, di ba, kada pompyang petsa, 1-1, January 1, February 2, March 3, hanggang mag-culminate sa ilibin, laging may sale. Kahit nga walang mga ganon, may flash sales. And nauuso na rin ngayon yung tinatawag natin na mga quasi-holidays. Yung hindi naman talaga holiday, pero we treat it as a special day. Like, boyfriend day, boy best friend day, girlfriend day, girlfriend day, grandmother's day, grandfather's day, pero may separate pang grandparents day, may mother's day, may father's day, pero may separate pa rin na, what you call this, Parents' Day, Siblings Day, Sisters Day, iba pa sa Brothers' Day, all kinds of day. Kada profession may day, may Nurses' Day, may Teachers' Day, and it's good. It's good, okay? But really, you know, when everything is special, nothing is. Economically, this is great. We have more money to spend. We have a more vibrant economy. But then again, there is no such thing as free lunch. Something has to give way. And yung nag-give way is yung sense of wonder and anticipation natin. We don't exchange gifts anymore. I mean, we do, but we have wish lists and it kind of ruins the experience. May minimum price pa, di ba? Which I understand the purpose of. Kasi, malugi yung iba. Yung iba, magugulang, madugas. Dadayain yung presyo, magbibigay ng, bato. But again, it also takes away the spirit kung bakit ginagawa yon. The fun with exchange gifts na walang mga wish list is yung alamin mo kung ano yung gusto ng taong nabunot mo. Like, giving gifts is more than just giving material things that they want. It's more on knowing the personality of that person, that you, in giving this gift, you give a part of yourself, yung effort to know that person, to think of what that person may want, of what that person may need, of what will make that person happy for a moment. Yun yung nawawala pag yung exchange gift natin, may mga wish list na tinatawag. Kasi nawawala yung element ng you matter to me. I spent the effort to look for what you would want or like. And this I give you. Nawala na yung tipong ganun ba? Going back, nawala din yung sense of patience natin. Yung mga kabataan na when we were young, lagi pa, typical na sinasabi ng matanda eh. When we were young, nag-iintay talaga kami para makuha namin kung ano yung gusto namin. Because we know our parents had money at the end of the year, inaantay namin na yung bonus nila, umaasa din kami doon. Or kung sa mga magsasaka, yung tag-ani ba, inaantay namin bago kami makabili ng gusto namin. Ngayon, hindi na. And this is why I think Lazada killed Santa Claus, because of that measure or expectation of instantaneous gratification of wants. Na gusto ko to, makukuha ko to in 3 days, in 2 days, depende sa shipping. Makukuha ko yan. And because of that, it killed Santa Claus. So, what kid would now look forward to something that they can watch reviews of in YouTube? It has in a way killed the excitement, the sense of anticipation, the surprise. May regaluhan ka, ay makikita ko lang naman yan sa YouTube. Paano yan gawin, paano laruin. Like toys then, like kailangan mo pang assemble. Like the part of the fun was yung effort you put in kung paano yung gawin. Ngayon, tingnan mo sa YouTube, makikita mo na kung paano i-assemble yung mga bagay-bagay. It's a good thing, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it kind of ruins the experience of puzzles. Well, puzzles, very specific type of gift. Anyway, we as kids then, we used to explore and be imaginative with our toys. You get reminded kung paano naglalaro si Timba, pangalan nun sa ano ang pangalan ng amo ni na Buzz Lightyear and na Woody? Totally forgot. Anyway, paano si Andy maglaro? Like, atake itong dinosaur, ililigtas si Buzz Lightyear. We used to imagine. Now we want people to imagine for us through the games, through the video games that we play. Now we move this piece, ito yung mangyayari, ito yung lalabas na power, ito yung lalabas na outcome. We now can predict things. Wala na yung sense of predictability in vis-a-vis yung excitement and anticipation. Dati, 2x2 na yung mga retaso ng 2x2, tatalian yun, i-imagine namin, mga kotse-kotse yun. I-imagine namin kung ano-ano yung mga bagay-bagay. I don't regret it. Masaya yun eh. Again, when there is scarcity, the little things tend to mean more. And when there is prosperity, even the best things tend to matter less. It's not that it's bad. Who would want to return to a poorer world? Yun yung problema din minsan sa mga matatanda. When they become nostalgic about things, they forget that things were way worse in the past compared to where we are now. Before, the poverty incidence was much, much higher than it is now. Maraming gutom noon, promise. And life was more difficult. But anyway, now that Lazada and Shopee has killed Santa and shortened our Christmas, is it necessarily a bad thing? Is it a good thing? Well, I think mixed ako dyan. It's a good thing because it means that we have more. But it also means that even the best of things, they tend to mean less. And that's it for the first episode of Early Convos. For better or for worse, the world is what it is. Have a great day ahead. Thank you for listening.